Just let me take you to a better place.
Many felt transported without a single mile traveled when they listened to NSYNC's reunion single Better Place when it dropped Friday morning.
I'm so excited to see you excited.
Yeah, NSYNC fans were very happy with what they heard, and then they made sure that people heard that they were happy, as the band and Better Place were both trending Friday morning. It's the guys' first recording together in 23 years, and in promoting the song, they can use some more kind of dirty pop language.
Hi, we're NSYNC, and you're listening to our new song.
Let us know if you like it. And if you don't, go f yourself.
Yeah.
While the single cover art is the same aesthetic as the soundtrack that it appears on, Trolls Band Together,
Oh, we've done this before.
the guys also did a photo shoot for NSYNC,
The funny thing is, any formation you joke about, we
which was used for the audio post of the song on YouTube and is the new image of the band on their Spotify channel. Now, some were ready to come for Justin when they saw that on all the streaming services, Better Place is credited to the artists NSYNC and Justin Timberlake. So people thought this was Justin's ego and kind of asserting his superiority. But what it really is capitalizing on Justin's audience. NSYNC has 8.6 million monthly subscribers on Spotify, while Justin Timberlake has over 35 million. So listing him as an artist on the track means it shows up under his discography and will show up if anyone searches his name. So it's actually helping the song reach a bigger audience. Now on Spotify, it had a decent debut day on Friday. It debuted at number 66 on US Spotify with 476,000 streams, but on global Spotify, it didn't crack the top 200. Globally, it had 1,056,607 streams, and it needed about 80,000 more streams to get ahead of Miley Cyrus's Used to Be Young, which was at number 200 on Friday. It didn't crack the top 200 in the United Kingdom either, but Better Place did get a showcase in a pretty big place, Tottenham's Hotspur Stadium. And I guess people at the game use iTunes more than they use Spotify because the song is in a much better place on those charts. It debuted at number 4 on both the worldwide and European iTunes song charts, and late Saturday night, the song was number 1 on iTunes in Canada and US. Now, iTunes is where you buy music from Apple, and then Apple Music is where you stream music from Apple. And strangely, it's complete opposites of how Better Place performed. As of Saturday night, the song is not in the top 200 on Apple Music. I don't know. Now the band is immediately going for a radio play as well.
Yay! On the radio!
Yeah, Lance was pretty excited to hear himself on the radio again. And tonight, Most Requested Live revealed that Better Place was the most requested song. And the numbers on Friday were pretty good too. It debuted at number 32 on US Pop Radio and 27 on Hot AC Radio. I'm interested to see how much radio gets behind the song in the long run. I think they will, but there might be an element of the shtick of this is, yeah, they're getting back together for 20 years. They're not a current band necessarily. So they're not part of today's pop music scene. So I don't know if there'll be a ceiling for the song, but I think it's going to catch on.
And baby, you can love me on the way.
It's certainly going to have some longevity because Trolls Band Together doesn't come out till November 17th. They already released the lyric video kids version, so the kids can have it down pat by the time they go see this movie in like 7 weeks. And that'll cause a surge for the song as well. Now, how big of a surge? It's going to depend on kids' feelings about it.
So just imagine.
Justin's original song contribution to the first Trolls movie soundtrack was a little song you might have heard of called that went to number 1 on Billboard. And after scoring an Oscar nomination, Justin opened the Oscars that year performing it.
I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet.
And Taraji P. Henson, David Oyelowo, Janelle Monáe, Octavia Spencer, Keith Urban belting it out alongside Nicole Kidman,
I can see but you when you dance, kill.
Javier Bardem, Matt Damon are standing up, clapping along. Brie Larson is giddy. So yeah, it was a hit song. Now Justin did do something very different for the second Trolls movie, The Other Side, with SZA. Solid song, I like that song. But when I knew I was going to mention it, I thought, how's that song go again? And yeah, I didn't remember. It peaked at number 61 on the Billboard Hot 100, and no Oscar nomination, and no Keith Urban belting out the lyrics either. So where will Better Place land on that spectrum? It certainly has the feeling of Can't Stop the Feeling, and it should, because it has Justin working with Shellback again. They co-produced and co-wrote this one, just like they did the Feeling one. It's interesting that I don't hear any past NSYNC songs in this. And I'm surprised people aren't talking about that more. Not that it's a bad thing or a good thing, it's just that you think they'd kind of pull that sound a little bit more. Like, this sounds like a Justin Timberlake song. Like, not only does it sound like Can't Stop the Feeling, but it reminds me of Rock Your Body and Last Night.
I like to see you lose control.
Yeah, I don't hear bye 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 or it's gonna be me or tearing up my heart. And it makes sense that, current 2023 song is gonna sound more like JT's music than NSYNC's music, because just JT's music is more recent. But I'm surprised they didn't pull more references just to play it safe with fans. I mean, obviously fans are loving it, but I'm surprised they didn't pull more sounds. And obviously they didn't have to either. Now, Uproxx completely disagrees with me. They said, Better Place is the exact nostalgic pop music magic their fans were craving. With lighthearted lyrics, airy production, and their signature harmonies, NSYNC checks off each box necessary to make Better Place the formulaic comeback. Some of this is formulaic, I guess, but I mean, one, recreating the formula is not easy to do, and two, the part that leads into the first chorus, which I think is JC singing.
If the world spins faster, faster, faster.
I don't think I've ever heard something like that in a pop song before, so yeah, it's definitely not completely formulaic.
That sounds great.
But yeah, the guys sound fantastic together. The harmonies, the falsettos haven't gone bye 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 in the last 2 decades. New York Post wrote, it's a perfect summer song, except it's arriving at the beginning of fall. I mean, they already conquered the April to May transition, think about it. So maybe they're going after that September to October transition too. Yeah. But yeah, what do you think? A Better Place?